Hello. Oh. I don't know if the mic picked that up, but the moment I started talking, the cat started replying to me. Hello. She's just lying on her cat tree right next to my desk, all curled up in a little donut. I think I woke her up. I just said hello. But yeah, I'm Talien Trevere, back with more I Was a Teenage Exocolonist. She's just staring at me now. It's so funny. Um, yeah, you are talking, therefore you are talking about me. Yep. So cute. Um, yeah, let's get back into it. So we've finished year one. Now we're partway through our second. Yeah, not a whole lot crazy happening apart from, you know, the whole confrontation with the weird monster thing. But did we talk to everyone this cycle? I don't remember. You need a break soon. Okay. Actually, we can take a look at our actual numbers. Okay, 95. Yeah, we definitely need a break, like, now. I got cut out from the VODs, and I do have a theory about the space name. Did it reset our... Did I give Mars the log in this month or a previous one? Because I think we might have reset to the start of the month. Are we sure we're not Puritan? You know what? Maybe. Recalcitrance is 100% a Puritan name. That is an interesting theory. Well, we haven't made any real mention yet of any kind of religious beliefs, so maybe. Who knows? Cal is scooting an empty wheelbarrow through the gardens. Beep, beep, he cheers. I'm a garden bot. Get out of my way. He pulls up beside you and laughs. Hey, Solana. What's happening? Well, not much, apparently. Gifting resets every month. Well, yeah, but I was wondering if it was this month or a previous one. Because if it was this month, then it seems to have reset with our, like, save. It didn't get saved. Is what I'm wondering about. He just wipes his eyes and hides his face as you approach. Go away, he sniffles. I just want to be left alone. I don't want people just leave me alone. I don't want to be a part of this stupid colony. So is he going to join the hypothetical rebellion? I could see that. You gave the Mars the log sometime in quiet, I think. Okay. Okay. Well. What's done is done, I guess. Oh, then I trapped it in my room, an enemy says, telling you all about the bug she saw in her quarters. Its wings were as big as my hand, and it had feelers like, whoa! It's bouncing all over the place like boing, boing, boing. She gestures excitedly, swinging her arms over her head. The bugs here are so big, and they're everywhere. I was gonna give it to Tang, she says. She loves gross bug stuff. But she said I should just let it go, because if it stung me, I might get weird mutant powers. I mean, other than the one I already have. What is your weird mutant power? And I wanted to see if I got more weird mutant powers, so I started jumping around off higher and higher things until I was jumping off the back of the ship. And I got in so much trouble, but it wasn't even that high. So is her power jumping? She stops in her tracks. Hold on, she says, stooping to rub irritably at her knees for probably the 100th time in the past 5 minutes. I'm gonna die! I busted up my knees and it's so itchy when my scales grow in. So I did notice the scales, but did they grow, like, over scratches and wounds? That's interesting. Annie, don't pick at it! Chief Steward Antecedent's voice rings out across the garrison yard, pleasant but firm. It instantly transports you back to being in the ship creche, tugging on her skirts and calling her Auntie. Anemone jumps and stands up straight, her hands flying to her sides. Lizard regeneration. Yeah, that's kind of what it seems like. But Mom! Anemone whines, digging her fingers into her knees as antecedent approaches you both. It's so scratch-tastically itchy! I know, lovely. Antecedent soothes her, patting down her riotous red hair. But the more you pick at it, the thicker your scales are going to grow in. Anemone tucks her hands under her armpits to keep from scratching. What if I want to have cool scales? She pouts. Antecedent smiles indulgently. At the rate you're going, I'm sure you'll be covered in them before you know it. No need to rush. Anemone's skin is dotted with patches of protective blue-green scales that grow in wherever she gets a cut or scrape. She rubs the patch on her jaw indignantly, the one she got when she ran head first into the food synthesizer back on the ship. Huh. Oh, I guess that's a thing. We just, like, learn what everyone's powers are. Antecedent opens her satchel and pulls out a bundle of clothes. The queue for the nanoprinter is over a week long, so I patched your pants with scraps from your brother's clothing. Please try not to put any more holes in them. Or yourself, okay? She hands the clothes to Anemone and kisses her on her forehead. Anemone sticks out her tongue and gags. Yuck! Anemone evaluates the clothes as her mom walks away. Galactic, she breathes as she runs her fingers over the odd-colored patches. Then, right there in the middle of the yard, she unashamedly squirms out of her pants and pulls on the new ones. Wow! I look like a fighter jet from the Hollows, she exclaims, showing off her new pants. Like when they'd stencil your kill count in your plane? Or like a really cool scar. Anemone grins. Yeah, you get it. My pants are scarred, just like me. The colony, we gave a child the genetic ability to grow scales to protect them from danger. Why is the child running into danger just to get cool scales? Yeah, what could possibly go wrong? Who could have foreseen this? You meet your dad adjusting a watering bot in your mom's flower garden. He's having a sneezing fit, his eyes runny and red. You're alarmed. You've never seen him look sick before. People were hardly ever ill on the stratospheric, except sometimes when the zero-G rooms made them queasy. Not to worry, my little beanstalk, he says nasally. I'll be fine. It's just this pollen making my head a little stuffy. He wipes his nose with a handkerchief and looks around. Everywhere you turn, the air is soupy and tinged with pink from all the floating pollen. On Earth, your dad tells you, we used to call this hay fever. The colonists have discovered allergies, yeah. Even though it had nothing to do with hay. Your mom cuts in, carrying a large bouquet of flowers. The native flowers seem to be in full bloom this time of year. She buries her nose deep in them. And they smell fantastic. Your dad smiles kindly and agrees that they sure are beautiful. Then he blows his nose loudly. Sniffing them. They do smell good, and they look harmless. Your dad's eyes look so sad, but maybe that's just the allergies. Hey, Solana, I know the last few weeks have been very hard for you. Might be a good time to relax and stick around in the quarters wing. Alright. Oh. You spot your dad catching a break inside the geoponics domes. He takes a huge glug from his canteen, then upends the rest over his face. Whew! He exclaims. Wish I could take my eyes out of my head, wash them off, and pop them back in. He laughs at the look on your face. Too gross. Too gross. Sorry, kiddo. This pollen is just so itchy. Alright, well. What are we doing this month? Well, what are we doing? Obviously we're resting. I don't think there's anything else we can do. Alright. Nothing much happens this month. Okay. I guess we can start getting rid of some of the 0 cards. Alright. Goodbye. Do I want to? I mean, I've been using them, but as we get more better cards, it's probably best to not have them. I feel bad, though. Yeah. Goodbye, baby card. Goodbye, baby memories. I'm forgetting you. As you get more cards, you'll be less likely to get the 0 cards out of all your cards for removal. That's a really good point. Yeah, so I probably want to get rid of them as soon as possible. Do I want to make it up to Mars by gifting her something nice? I think she would like this crystal, but it's the only one I have, is the problem. Medicinal roots. Your mom is hard at work. Are you even surprised anymore? She cares about these fields more than she cares about anything else. It's true, but maybe a little bit sad. Another log! Surely she'll like the second one. Oh no. That pollen is really thick. Poor kid. Anemone's running around the sports ball pitch. Tom says the most important part of defense training is knowing when to run away. She huffs as she runs past. Good thing I'm so good at running. Yeah, I think we've seen this one before. Yeah, and she still hates us. Should we give her something? Maybe we should give her something. She might like medicinal roots. This is interesting, Val-en-tine says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hands. Her lip curls in distaste at the dirt that still clings to them. No, really, she protests when she sees the look on your face. I'm going to analyze these roots to see if they have any useful properties. They might be medicinal. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. Okay, so she does like them. What does this mean? Oh yeah, that I lost the thing, obviously. Okay, what are we doing today? Did we talk to Mars? I think we did. Yeah. What do we have here? 10% chance to get a bonus +1 when increasing skills. Nice. Should we maybe go study? Engineering needs more reasoning. I don't think I'm gonna get there anytime soon. Although it's only 5. What is my reasoning? Yeah, still got a way to go there. What are my options in terms of stats to raise? Biology. Biology, I think biology would be good to have. Creativity and persuasion. I feel like I should try to raise those at some point just because I have like nothing in them right now. Bravery and toughness. Combat and animals. Toughness. Organizing and perception and friendship with Mars. I should maybe do something about that. It's raising my perception. I really need more perception, huh? And just to check on here, that just reduces my stress and gives me the chance to forget memories. I kind of want to keep studying life sciences. I haven't studied humanities in such a long time. I think I'm going to do that for once. Welcome, Solana. Professor Hal greets you. I hope you're all warmed up and ready to study the glorious humanities. History, literature, language, media, and philosophy. And yes, if you're lucky, we'll have a little ancient Earth poetry, too. He seems excited about that last bit. By the way, if anyone is interested in taking engineering classes, please register through Congruence's scheduling system when you have a chance. She'll be helping me teach them. Alright. What have we got? We want to get to 15. We have our good friend sports ball. We could potentially just get a row of all ones, and this one gets a bonus from this. Let's try that just to see how it does. Oh, wait. Okay, yeah, and that's good because I have this wild card bridging these, right? Okay, well. Mew. 5 kudos of total equals goal. So do we actually kind of want to, do we potentially want it to be lower then? At least for the sake of getting kudos. No, it's too high. Is there a way to just reset the hand and, like, undo things? You need so much more perception. Think of all the things we could need perception for. What do we have to do science and don't have a microscope? Yeah, seriously. Man, this is annoying. Okay, here we go. We've got 15. I guess that's what we want to do. Not that we have anything to use our kudos on yet, but soon, hopefully. You're finishing breakfast in the common area when Marzipan struts in. Your name is Marzipan? That's really cute, actually. That's a really cute name. Look at you eating cereal, she says, turning her nose up at you. I'll bet you don't even know what day it is today. I mean, my guess would be her birthday, but I don't actually know. No, you dummy, she exclaims, swatting your shoulder. My birthday's in the first month of wet season. You better remember that. Well, at least we know now. Full name drop, yeah. I can't wait to learn what anemone is short for. That one I imagine is her full name, but everyone just calls her that instead of a nickname. Today, she announces to the room, is St. Val-en-tine's Day. Dis and Cal wander over to hear more. Oh. Back on Earth, Mars explains, it was a day when everybody had to give their best friend a gift, especially sweets. And then you put the sweets under your pillow, and it makes you dream about who you're going to marry. And there'll be decorations of hearts and arrows, and pigs. Anemone, short for an enemy anemone. Incredible. Pigs. Where did the pigs come from? Cal laughs. Pigs? We don't even have pigs here. Before Mars can answer, Dis snorts. This is dumb. Marzipan just made it up to get free candy. He rolls his eyes and walks away. As he leaves, Mars shouts at his back. Well, nobody was going to pick you anyway. You stink. It does kind of sound like fun. Cal nods, clapping his hands excitedly. Cal's always down for a good time. I'm going to tell all the other kids about it, Mars says. So you go around and find your best friend and give them a gift. She points her finger at you. Make sure you do it by the end of the day, or it doesn't count. And if too many people want to be my best friend, she adds, I'll hold tryouts for the position. It's only fair. She tosses her hair over her shoulder and laughs. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, next month? Did we give someone a gift? Well, given that everyone has thingies here, I'm guessing it's now. We have to choose now. I mean, I think, yeah, like, Tal and Dis are the only ones I have actual, like, friendship points with. Oh, yeah. Tangent's actually pretty close, though. That's kind of surprising. I mean, I don't want to commit right now, but the on second thought is kind of funny. Tangent is waving her hands vigorously in the air. She's playing a study game on her holopalm where you have to match falling numbers into correct equations. She barely notices you come up. Logically, we should be friends is also really funny, by the way. I feel like you have to get the one with the check, otherwise it's not gonna work. She shrugs and goes back to her game. Alright, so I want to check what everyone's requirements are. Okay, this one we can do. It just also doesn't notice me leave. No one is paying attention to me. Anemone's kicking a sports ball from foot to foot without letting it touch the ground. She fakes like she's going to pass it to you, then kicks it sideways and runs over to catch it before you can get there. Too slow! She giggles. Do you really want to be BFFs with this silly girl? She is really cute. She teases you again, then goes back to balancing the sports ball on her knee. Cal is standing on top of a bluff, carefully pouring a bucket of water down the dirt on one side. He's covered in mud. Hey, check out my mudslide, he exclaims. He grabs a piece of sheet metal and slides down the dirt pile, like he's riding a surfboard. Mud goes everywhere. He jogs back up and hands you the sheet of metal. You try now. Well, this seems to be unrelated to the Valentine's Day thing, so I'm gonna go for it. You make it down without bailing, but get mud splattered all over your legs. It is pretty fun though, like a hoverboard, but crunchier. Oh, this was part of the Valentine's Day thing. A normal non-Valentine event, except it was a lie. I'm afraid that since I started it, backing out is gonna mess things up. I think I'm done for now. Okay, Cal says. You can come back whenever and use the mudslide. I don't mind. I'll be here. Alright. You spot your dad looking longingly towards the forest. You ever think about what's out there? He muses. Could be anything. We don't even know. He sighs and leans on his rake. And I'm stuck here, pushing dirt around. He really wants to go out and see the place, huh? Your mom grunts and rubs her eyes. She doesn't get sick like other people do during pollen, but that doesn't mean it's not still a pain in the ass, as she puts it. Oh, Is that you, Solana? She says. You should wear a mask. Mars has clearly been waiting for someone to come ask her to be their BFF. But she's trying to play it cool, looking expectant and nonchalant at the same time. She's tapping her foot while kind of idly looking around at nothing. I feel like if I ask her to be best friends right now, it's just gonna come off as really, like... Oh my gosh, I dropped my controller and I think I almost pressed it. That would be interesting. That's just... I don't know. Look, I don't have anything against Mars. It's just, with their current relationship status, I feel like it's just gonna come off as really fake. Mars looks totally hurt for a second, then says, I'm booked anyway. No room for more friends. Goodbye. Poor girl. Okay, so... I think... Dis and Tangent are the only ones that have, like, special options. And Tangents we can't reach. I feel like we kind of have been BFFs with Dis, so that would probably make sense. I don't know. They're making me play favorites. This isn't fair. That's not cool. I imagine the only impact this has is just, like, giving you some extra friendship points, but... I don't know. Decisions. Interesting that this one isn't even about the friendship thing. It's just watching the outside with him. They have, like, different dialogue when you go up to them again. I feel like if I just go with this one, she's just gonna reject me. I think let's probably go with Dis. We've kind of been hanging out with him. You sit and watch the jungle with him for a while. You ask if he sneaks out there often. Dis nods quietly. A few times, yeah. There's a way through behind the garrison building. You both sit in silence again for a long while, until he breaks it by saying, It's really nice out there. Wanna be best friends to annoy Mars? Oh no. I mean, do we want to annoy Mars? I feel like we've already gotten on her bad side. That's what this is short for. Decisions. My greatest weakness. It's tempting. It is tempting. It's very tempting. Alright, fuck it, we're doing this. Let's do it. You explain that of course you aren't taking it seriously. You just think it would be funny. He looks at you and shrugs. Sure, I guess, he says, then looks back out at the forest. It is kind of funny. It's a stupid thing anyway. He really just hates everything here, doesn't he? Is Mars gonna be mad at me? Oh my god, what have I done? Did anyone end up giving her chocolates? Mars is in a huff. Ah, because you didn't pick her for Valentine's Day? Seems like nobody picked her. I do feel really bad now. I kind of thought that might be the case. She crosses her arms and scowls at you. I can't believe you chose this over me. Whatever, Mars mutters, tossing her hair. I'm just too mature for kids my age. The older kids get me, even if you don't. -2? Are we at 0? Shit. I'm so sorry. Mars in a rough spot because I think it was implied she was closest to Tammy. Yeah. Should I give her a crystal to make up for it? On the other hand, us being at 0 friendship is really funny. I'm so sorry, Mars. I keep forgetting that my actions have consequences in this game. Oh no. Oh. Alright, let's bribe her. You could give her the crystal on her birthday to make it up to her since we know when it is now. That's a great point. You're a genius, thank you. Mars is dancing along to music coming through her ear-speak, working through the steps of a complicated dance routine. When she turns around and sees you watching, she shrieks and gestures to turn off the silent music. Solana, she scolds you. I'm practicing for this year's Vertimnalia. Don't you dare steal my moves. Sorry. Hang on, when did she say it was again? Early wet. So that's soon, right? Oh, I didn't even realize I could turn that off. Pulling Dis was not a good look, but she's likely projecting her current loneliness and the feeling that everyone else paired off already. Yeah. Yeah, she's clearly very desperate for attention, which is definitely sad, and I want to be her friend. It's just I keep doing everything. I'm sorry, Mars. Been a while to go pollen, dust, wet. Okay, yeah. Alright. Well, I guess it's time to choose our activity for the month. I did want to get my biology up. Let's learn more about this crazy new world we find ourselves in. You're bringing supplies to medbay when you see something unusual. Tangent curled up on a bench, her head pillowed on a rolled-up lab coat. She's fast asleep. You stop and stare. You never see Tang sleeping. She's always so busy. You're surprised she even has time to nap. You turn to leave her in peace when you bump into Anemone. She was born to gain a truly massive influencer following, forced to rough it in a colony with like 6 children. Yeah. Whoa, Anemone says. She hardly ever sleeps. Just like a couple hours a night. Is she sick or something? You look back at Tangent, snoozing peacefully. Huh. I'm so jealous of her genetic enhancement, Anemone says, rubbing at one of the scales sprouting on her jawline. She hardly needs to sleep at all. She's probably stayed up all night studying for this morning's history test. I know there are other kids in the colony, but not ones in Mars's direct social orbit, yeah. Yeah, let's let her sleep. Tang's hollow palm beeps a soft alarm. She sits up and stretches, looking totally refreshed and alert. She sees you watching and looks annoyed. Just a power nap, she says. No reason to gawk. Get to work. Okay. Alright, locked. Well, we can put that one next to this. I guess that's good. I'm busy, Tang says, her voice flat. What do you need? Natural follow-up question, did this have the same augment? It feels like the best time to insert a genetic mutation into a human is in vitro. Yeah, that's a good question. I guess we'll find out. You find your mom inspecting the irrigation system. When it's hot like this, a failure in the irrigation system could mean we lose an entire field, she says, wrapping some adhesive tape around a joint. It's just too precious to leave to chance. This sits before a collection of rocks, grouped by color and texture. As you watch, he takes another rock from his pockets and stacks it with his kin. He looks up at you. What? He says flatly. Never seen rocks before? Wait, hang on. I actually didn't even see this for a second. Need bravery. Dare you to go into a restricted area. Value is wild? What the heck does that mean? Can it change value? Oh, no, I get it. So it can combo with any values. That's interesting. That's kind of cool. Dust is such a dry, hot season. Both suns are high in the sky, baking the usually lush Vertumnan jungle. If there's a breeze, it's warm and, you guessed it, dusty. Your parents are up every day before dawn, which comes far too early for your liking. They're usually gone by the time you wake up and home after you're asleep, so you have to visit them at work if you want to see them. It can combo or straight with any value, but its own value doesn't change. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Good morning, Gooseberry. Your dad greets you cheerily. Have you come to see the harvest? Your mom and I are gathering crops from actual Vertumnan dirt this week. Yeah, I want to see the harvest. He shows you around the rows of corn and beans from Earth. They all look a little yellow and scraggly. Not what you'd expected. But your dad enthusiastically points out the vegetables ready to harvest. Don't forget, he tells you. The Vertumnalia Festival is coming up. There will be a talent show and a science fair. I'm sure you're eager to participate, Solana. I sure am. You find Cal slathering himself with sunscreen. The heat doesn't bother me, but the sunlight sure does. My mom wants me to wear this stuff because I guess Earth's sun was so powerful, it used to make people sick. He laughs. Isn't that silly? The sun making you sick? That is silly. Anemone holds up her palms to you excitedly. Solana, look! Okay, yeah. We've seen her scales. Yeah, she doesn't care. Do we want to keep going to biology class? Ooh, another log. It would also be nice to go exploring again. But I feel like mostly what we get from exploring is just a shit ton of perception, which we don't really need right now. But it does give us other stuff. It gives us cool cards and collectibles and stuff. So exploring is definitely nice. But if I go exploring, I'll usually use up all of my... I feel like I should. let's do some more exploring. Microscope powers. We're brave enough to go! I guess we know what we're doing. Well, so you are, Uncle Tonin replies, his voice heavy as he looks at you with pride. You're growing up, aren't you? He nods and pats you on the shoulder, and you know he's thinking of Tammy. Listen, he tells you, I can see that you're a tough cookie, and I'd love to have you on my surveyor team in the future, but you'll have to wait a few more years first. Come see me when you're older, okay, kiddo? Dejected, you drag your feet as you walk back through the gates to safety. Well, there is still just a secret way out through the drain pipe near the garrison. If the adults won't let you visit the Valley of Vertigo or the subaqueous swamps or the other cool places older surveyors get to go yet, you could still sneak through there to explore just outside the colony walls. Well, so much for that. Do we sneak? Maybe we should sneak. Oh! 6 events remaining and 1 collectible remaining. Oh, well, I feel like we're almost done. We could probably do that in one more go. Let's go, I guess. Some farmland has spilled outside the walls. The fields don't look like they're doing very well. Nobody's around right now. In fact, it looks a bit abandoned. There's some meager-looking crops ready to harvest, but animals are starting to get at them. Try to plant something. Do I have anything to plant? I don't know if that'll work. I would like to try to plant something, but I don't know how. You're just a kid playing at being a farmer. You mess around for a few hours, planting some things that look like seeds, but it's unlikely any of them will actually grow here. Huh, we got biology for that. Nice. Yeah, I don't know if we have enough stress meter for 6 events. Maybe I should have rested first. I see some kind of plant. There isn't a cloud in the sky, but yet it's started to rain. You can't tell where it's coming from, or whether it's even water. Given how this planet is full of surprises, it's probably some animal migration or airborne tree sap. Who knows? You have a strong desire to not be out in it. Need perception 20 or greater. Well, about that. Find something to use as an umbrella. You break off a large leaf on a long stem and hold it over your head. It makes a pleasant kind of thrum as the drops splatter on it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna make it. You're minding your own business when you stumble into... It's so hot! The 2 suns are beating down on you. The ground is cracked and parched, and so are you. Ahead is a long stretch with no trees, just the merciless heat of the sun scorching the ground. You think we can do a perception challenge? I think we might. Alright. Well, we've got a lot of our baby things. We have playing sports ball. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. Do we want to use playing sports ball in this? I guess? Gems. I don't think we have any gems though. Well, we can do a... This will probably give us a lot. super goal. Are we gonna max out our perception? Spent some time going the long way around, taking shelter under some mush trees. It's still sweltering in the shade, but not as bad. Where stress. Yeah, we can only do one more. Oh no. Although it seems like most of the events take 5 stress and then 15 in between. So that makes a total of 20 stress per event, which means that I wouldn't have been able to get 6 even if I had full energy. Last time I got a special event that healed stress, which is probably why I was able to go longer than usual, but okay. Geoponics engineers have set up a worksite here, using the robo-plow to tear up the ground and prep it for farming. You don't want them to see you. They'll send you home for sure. I mean, I can sneak past them. I don't know if, like, taking a closer look will do something different. I'm gonna try it, just to see what happens. Biology. Ah. You creep up and try to learn something about this operation. Roboplow is making so much noise that you feel comfortable sneaking closer. Probably a lot closer than you should. One of the farmers starts walking your way. Oh. So the challenge is more difficult. 47! Uh-oh. We might be in a pickle. That's the secret. It's always a perception challenge, yeah. That seems to be the case. Well, what do our items do? Suit. Draw a hand. Draw a card. +2 to a card. Those would be helpful. I feel like for this one, since we have 3 reds, we should probably use them. I'm gonna try that. Oh no. I was hoping that would be a 3. But it gets the +1. Don't forget your orange items. They might be the only way you win this one. Yeah. 4. Well, that might still be the best thing we can do. Although, like you said, +2 to a card. Can we choose what card to use it on? Because if we use this on this, then we get 3 4s in a row. Which has got to be pretty powerful. Alright, I think that's pretty good. And so we'll just have an 18 for the last round. I think that's doable. Maybe. Okay, so we have 2 4s, which is great. 1, some 0s. Oops. We're gonna need some help. Change card suits. We can change the first one. I don't know if that will give us that much though. Logs would probably be helpful. I'm gonna try drawing a card. We'll see if you can use multiple items for the same card in emergencies. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I was actually thinking of making one of the zeros into a 4. Do I want to do that, or do I want to risk drawing a new card and seeing if it gets me something good? I'm gonna try drawing a card. Let's see what happens. That's not bad. Let's move all of these down. Oops. Turn that into a red 4, yeah. That would be very good. There we go. Remember that push through is an option. Doesn't push through take stress, though? I think we don't have that much to work with. Skulk under the trees at the edge of their operation. The loud grinding of the robo-plow hides any noise you might have made. You would have reached full stress from the end of event end either way. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah, I'm at I'm at full stress. Yeah. Am I actually at 100%? Yeah, wow. You're too worn out and tired to continue. You have to go home now. Okay. Yeah, that's something to keep in mind, that if I'm already, like... if I'm already stressed, then there's no harm in going over. It's time once more for Vertumnalia. The mood of the colony has been muted this year, ever since the attack during Glow. Though everything is still cheerfully decorated and the feast table is still heavy with food, mostly soy rations, this Vertumnalia just feels different in a way that you can't describe. The colonists gather in the square for Governor Udicott's speech. Before I do that, let me get a drink. What a year Rotunda has given us, the governor begins in her weedy voice. I stand before you, so proud of everything the colony has accomplished in such a short time. I have always hoped that we would bring with us the best facets of humanity. Cooperation, resilience, and creativity, and the events of this year have given me no reason to doubt my convictions. These creatures were unexpected, but I urge everyone to consider what it means for life here. If Vertumna can sustain megafauna, then that means conditions are good for us as well. Our friends in geoponics are already working on the logistics of domesticating the wildlife. Your dad, as second cultivator, stands and gives a sheepish wave to the crowd. There's a smattering of applause. Mars elbows you. Hey! She whispers. Did you hear? My dad says Udicott's gonna announce the depot's open to the public. That's exciting. You shoot her a questioning look, and she rolls her eyes. You know, shopping. Somewhere to spend all the kudos we've been saving up. There's gonna be candy and toys and makeup and nice-smelling soap. Not the boring kind in the communal showers. Good for her. She finally gets something nice to do. You know the concept of shopping. They do it in the holovids from Earth, especially the ones Mars likes. But you've never actually done it. The colony provides everything you need. But it would be nice to buy yourself a treat. My dad's given me an allowance, Mars says, shooting you a look of pity. It's too bad your parents make you work for yours. Oh, child. You and Mars tune back into the speeches just as Udicott, as predicted, announces the opening of the general store at the depot. Mars gives you a knowing look as she claps. Udicott gestures for the council members to stand. Finally, the council remains unchanged from the last year. We are, as always, proud to serve you and the colony as your government. Finally, we have achieved space capitalism. Yep. The music starts up as Governor Udicott finishes. Thank you for all your hard work and your perseverance this year, she says over the ruckus. Together, we build the future. The crowd disperses and sets up for the annual Vertimnalia Games. Just like last year, there's a talent show, a science fair, and bot wrestling. Now with an obstacle course. Which one do you participate in this year? What do I need for the other ones? Creativity and reasoning. Well, I guess we're wrestling. Go eat maybe sounds like a good idea. They might have, festival food. But let's try the bot wrestling again. Anemone and Cal join you for the bot wrestling biathlon. So called because Com has added a hologram obstacle course this year. Competitors will each get a turn to wrestle a hydraulic bot, trying to keep it closed for as long as possible. This time, though, all competitors will first have to sprint across the festival grounds, dodging and leaping over obstacles. Each obstacle triggered will subtract from your time. Oh boy. Let's go. Too bad there's no perception game. Oh, I would kill it in a perception game. Okay, actually, what is my perception now? Is it like 80? 90? 85? Incredible. Card becomes 2. Well, I know how to deal with that. Or... So the thing is, if I put like one of my zeros in there, it doesn't color combo with stuff. Although, I mean, I guess this... Maybe we should do it like that. Goal 47. Oof. It is a shame to waste this one, because we have that other card that gives you bonuses for the gems. But I think this will be it. Unless there's... we have... whatchamacallit? The flower. Which will give us, what, 2 more? Because I think that +1 will turn into a +3. We could probably use that. Seems like a shame because I'm so limited on these items. Like, except for the logs that I have a million of, but... I'm gonna try to just go like this. So this card becomes 2. We could do a 0, 1, 2, 3. That's pretty good. Oh man, if only we had that last card and we could put this one in there for a 4. Oh. I think it's fine like this. We're gonna need a lot more than that, though. Oh, we're surprisingly close. We're closer than I thought. So if we switch these, we get more from the straight than we do from the bonus. Although if we raise this one to a 2, maybe that's better. No, I don't think so. We're very close, though. We could just, add... We could turn this into a 2 with a log. We could try some shenanigans with the colors. Yeah. For 3 2s, yeah, that's a good idea. There we go. We did it. Wow, look at you go. You do it. That is popular. You didn't expect the hologram obstacles to move. The last one dances around and gets in your way when you get close, but your reflexes are fast enough to dodge it. 5, that's awesome. Come hoots and hollers proudly at you when you absolutely destroy the competition. Even Anemone has to begrudgingly accept that you beat her fair and square. She shakes her hand and tells you she'll win next year. Nice. After the festivities are over, everyone takes time off for a much-needed break. Mars organizes a water fight that takes over the whole colony, even the adults. It brightens everyone's spirits, even in the thick heat of dust. You end up on top of the western wall with Dis, launching water-filled poof shrooms down on an unsuspecting anemone in the sports ball court below. The wall seemed like a neat place to hang out and relax. Much quieter than the lounge, if you're looking for some solitude. Okay. That's good to know. If Tang pays you any less attention, she'd be flat out ignoring you. Can I help you? I mean, if she asked that, she's not exactly ignoring me. Mars's pockets are bursting with candy. I'm so glad the shop is open, she says, pulling a piece of soy taffy with her teeth until it snaps. It's honestly not even worth living if I can't shop. Let's check out the store. Let's see the notice board too. We haven't looked in a while. Security rating 0%. Red. Uh-oh. Alright, what's our shop got? +5 animals, +1 to all. What are these purple ones? I've never seen purple cards before. Well, I have enough for one of these, unless I want to save up for this one. Equipables. Oh. This one. It's just a 2 card? Okay. Your current one is the medallion your dad gives you that gives you +1 to every card challenge. Gotcha, yeah. I see. That makes sense. Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Cal is doing some stretches in an open area of the garden. One of my mom's boyfriends is teaching me yoga, he says, looking at you from upside down. I can already do child's pose and downward dog. He flops over and lies on his back. This one is my favorite, though. You catch your dad taking a break in the shade of the geoponics domes. Oh, hey, he says, waving lazily. Taking breaks is important. Don't forget to take care of yourself, okay? Okay. Yeah, he's still mad. And what does our current bonus give you? Kudos doubled for 3 months. Oh boy. What can we do that'll give us lots of kudos? You learned at a young age not to sneak up on your mom. She's jumpy and gets kind of mean if someone surprises her. That's just how she's always been, and you never questioned it. You always make sure to walk a little more heavy when she hasn't noticed you yet. That does make it sound like she used to be in the Defense Force or something. Like, always on the alert. Alright, so what are our options? We have lax on the walls here, which... Huh. So it's the same as the lounge, but all of them gives you friendship with this. That's interesting. Like, this one is just... Yeah. That's kind of fun. I think we haven't gone to the gardening dome in a long time. Maybe that's an option. What do we need in what stat? I think with one more reasoning we can get engineering classes. And we can have non-zero engineering, perhaps. I think with 3 biology, we can do... Who was it that wanted biology? Was it... I think it was, Cal. Animals, I think we need 1 more for Dad. We could potentially just go out exploring again. Except, no, we want kudos. How... We can get kudos from the challenges. So we have 2 events. 1 collectible. Go to class one more time. +1 of the... Oh, okay, that's nice. This week in biology class, you're studying sugar bugs. This native species looks like purple marshmallows about the size of your fist. All puffy and squishy and kind of cute. They don't move or do much, but if you tickle them, they exude an edible syrup from a hole at the top of their bodies. And now, says Professor Hal, you're going to dissect one. Oh boy. I mean, I do feel like this one is better. Because this one can be up to 3, and this one is just always 3, and it has a gem. Like, on the other hand, me personally, as Talien, I don't like dissecting things, but I feel like Solana would be down. She's been pretty, pretty bold. Dissect that cute little sugar bug. Hopefully, like, one that's already dead and not just a cute, squishy one. Solana did eat a worm, that's true. You're given a, thankfully already deceased, sugar bug to work on. The moment your scalpel slices it open, a horrid smell assaults you, sweet like rotting fruit. Yuck! You see Tang trying not to gag, too. Alright. Defiance? I feel like we gotta dissect. 5 kudos of total equals gold. Oh, we want that! Yeah, dissection means it's already dead. If it's still alive, that's vivisection. That's true. Look at all these 4s. We could do a 3, 4, 5. Do we want to use that up now, though? Maybe. That's pretty good. Lots of zeros this time. Let's just use them up. It's a pretty crappy hand, but I think we can get a 12 next time. Yeah, look at that. That gives us a free 4. We could also just use it as a 2. Oh my gosh, we can do... Ideally we want to equal 12 though. This is also a fun one. Would we rather the kudos or the super goal? I think we would rather the kudos just because we have the bonus right now. Oh, you're matching super goal? So, for the kudos, I can either match the goal or the super goal? Is that how it works? I believe so. Yes, in my own experience. Okay. Well, we'll try it then. 12 kudos! Nice. Yeah, I think we got the 5 plus 1 and then doubled it. Nice. You carefully section your sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take a photo with your hollow palm and carefully fill in labels for all the parts. That's pretty good, Tang says, peeking at your work. These things are slipperier than I was expecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Great job, class! Now we're going to leave them overnight, says Professor Hal. Next morning, your class is in for a surprise. The sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. Your teacher explains that their DNA is so malleable that almost any part of a sugar bug can turn into any other part if it needs to. The resulting sugar bugs are smaller, but will eventually grow into full-sized ones. Retumnan biology is weird. Dang. And they were already dead, too. So they just, like, came back to life? Crazy. Read the section. So I got to 20 biology. Amazing. Is it specific? Do you get bonus kudos for other challenges? I feel like I've specifically only gotten it in these classes. Came back to life and made more of something. Bug, Jesus. Oh yeah, we can chat with Cal. Mars is perched up on a big rock, silently watching the forest. It barely moves as you approach. The longer you look, the more you see, he says cryptically. This will be fun when we get to it. Bravery 40. We're pretty high on bravery. Well, not near 40 yet. Some tasks do give kudos as base, like deliveries and working in geoponics. Val is kneeling in the dirt, carefully planting pieces of potato. When I was a kid, I thought everything grew from chopped up pieces of bigger things. I mean, that's how it works for potatoes and onions. He sits back on his heels, a funny look on his face. I guess I must have never thought about how babies are made, huh? Want to hear a fun nature fact? Oh, we get more Hopeye facts. Our entire deck is just going to be Hopeyes at this rate. You recently overheard the children learning how to count by studying Hopeyes. Hopeyes have 1 foot and 2 tail forks and 3 stomachs and 4 eyes. And if you see 5 of them together, that's lucky. Val laughs, finishing the mnemonic with you. Oh, hey, kitty. Wait, how did they find out that Hopeyes have 3 stomachs? I don't want to know. Well, probably by dissecting them. Kitty, kitty. Good kitty. Huh. We get more nature facts for more biology. I've got to say, given what Cal started the conversation with, it's real weird our fun science fact isn't the sugar bugs. That's true. They were very relevant to the conversation. Eeky. We're doing a cat pet break. We can do a cat pet break. Alright. Have I talked to everyone? You spot Mars tapping away at a hollow screen. She appears to be trying different clothing options on a digital doll maker. Look, Solana, she says, showing you her work. You can look like anything you want. I always thought I would look good with, like, horns, maybe. She hums. Maybe I can ask engineering about it. Good kudos from this. We could also get friendship from with Mars, which I think we need. It's been a while, but it's time to attend a meeting of the Secret Fun Times Club. Mars started the SFC years ago when you were little kids. Tangent and Tammy agreed to join at the time, but then you all got busy with other things and forgot about it. And then Tammy died. You meet in an unused conference room in command, which Mars says is perfect for a secret club. Club President Mars brings the meeting to order. Tang, Vice President of Writing Down Secrets, records the meeting notes on her holopalm. As Vice President of Fun Ideas, it was your job to come up with something for the club to do today. You chose making friendship bracelets and brought all the supplies you'll need. Today, Mars announces, we're going to make friendship bracelets. And I have an even better idea. We're going to sell them to people for kudos. That isn't really how kudos are supposed to be used, but Mars is hard to argue with sometimes. She really is trying to bring capitalism to the colony. The 3 of you spend the afternoon braiding bracelets out of recycled bits of wire and bright plastic packing straps. Your hearts aren't really in it, though. All 3 of you know that Tammy would have been much better at this than you. Making friendship bracelets was one of her favorite things. She was always giving them to people and didn't expect anything in return. Don't you feel bad trying to get money for them now? It's eventually Mars who calls the meeting early. She takes all of your misshapen bracelets and looks at them dubiously. I don't know if people will want to trade their kudos for these, but I'll do my best. I'll put the kudos in the club treasury. Meeting adjourned. You ask Tangent if she thinks Mars is actually going to sell them. I think so, Tang tells you. But the club doesn't even have a treasury. She'll probably just keep the kudos for herself. She doesn't seem to care. Yikes. Okay, middle becomes value 2. We could get a 0, 1, 2 going. Oh. Cat, please move. Cat, move your tail too. Thank you. Not sure what to do with these. Kind of an awkward collection. And like, if I try to... I could try to use that to bring up one of my zeros. Yeah, the score isn't that high, so I'm really not that worried about it. Would it be better to... Well, I think that's good enough. Lots of kudos. The early wet, if I remember correctly, was Mars's birthday. We're at 1 friendship. Oh, actually, I just realized you could also see, like, people's, or, no. No, sorry. I do want to take a look at what else I know about people. Can I? Yeah, there we go. Oh, he also likes the red 0 eggs. We don't know anything about this. Whoops. Killed by an electric shock when you were 10. That's awful. Tammy is short for aspartame? That's interesting. In the art book, it's described as named aspartame after the artificial sweetener that's 200 times sweeter than sugar, which I think is really cute. That is very cute. Alright. Let's give her a birthday present. It's our only crystal cluster, but I think she would enjoy it. Mars laughs, taking the crystal and turning it over in her hands, inspecting it. Well, I've had better birthday gifts this year. But I admit, this crystal is pretty fabulous. I'll add it to my collection. +4 friendship. That's pretty nice. Oh, and we got a log to make up for it. We could give her a log, too. We could go on our expedition, but... You spot your dad lying on the ground in the soft grass, looking up at the sky. He zooms his hand across his field of vision like a spaceship, then looks over with a dreamy smile. Hey, kiddo, he says. Sometimes I can't believe we're back on solid ground. After 20 years in space, it still doesn't feel real. That's a good card. I want that. I think we're almost there, right? Yeah, really close. Did we talk to Anemone? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we have get animals for defense training, so you could do from that, okay. But I think this is our last month of double kudos, so what do we want? I think you said we get kudos from this too. We do get kudos. How's our toughness? Could probably use some toughness. Sure, let's try this. Get all the kudos. You join Cal at a particularly fragrant pile of compost. He's trying to use his hoverboard as a wheelbarrow, carefully pushing compost off it into the pile. Don't you just love this? Cal says excitedly. Yeah, I don't really know what he's talking about. What are you excited about in this situation? I feel like using your hoverboard to, like, shovel compost. Probably not a good idea. What are you doing, kid? Dirt? It's okay, I guess. No, he laughs. I just mean this. He waves his arms, dirt encrusted up to the elbows, taking the entire greenhouse. We get to help plant stuff and watch it grow. Even if we're just moving dirt around, we're still helping. Why do you like it so much? Well, he considers. I like digging holes in the dirt, 'cause it's so full of surprises down there. I found a worm. Wait, let me see if I can find her again. He sticks his hand into the compost and rubbages around, his tongue sticking out of his mouth. I guess she got away, he says after a minute. She was real shiny, like a rainbow. That's cute. Wait, he says. I just thought of a thing I like better. He shows you his splayed hand. Getting dirt under my fingernails. He laughs. I don't know why, but it's the best. He's so sweet. Okay, so that one becomes a 2. And we have... Can you change the value of sports ball? I'm intrigued now. So what if we do something like this? Ha ha! Interesting! Very interesting. I like that. That's fun. Sportswear is also very interesting when used with, like, mush logs. Oh my god, you're so right. That would be so powerful. Are you eating enough? Your mom says, looking at you critically. Drinking enough water? It's hotter here than you're used to. You have to take care of your body if you want it to take care of you. I mean, we've been living here for like a year and a half now. I feel like we're probably good. Cat, please move. You need a break soon, okay. Okay, yeah, I think we can maybe go one more time, and then next time we'll need to take a break. Oh, wait, what did we get? Yeah, I think last time we got toughness, but we don't really, like, need that for anything right now, right? We did break 20 toughness, but I don't remember if we needed that for anything. Val is kicking a ball against the garden fence post, cheering when it bounces back towards you. Ever since we landed here, I don't play a lot of sports ball, he says, picking up the ball and tucking it under his arm. Anemone and I used to play a lot, but honestly, I think I like working in the garden more. He smiles up at the sky. I just like doing stuff that feels like it makes a difference, you know? I don't want to just play all the time like Anemone. He's such a good boy. Oh. Okay. -2 to neighboring cards. Yikes. Or to neighboring yellow cards, I guess. Well, let's try it. On your way to the sports ball pitch, Anemone shares the story about the time her brother Com spiked the ball so hard that he broke Utopia's nose, back when she used to play sports ball too. He describes it in gory detail. "But don't go easy on me," she exclaims. "That's why we have med beds, right? Plus, I might get a cool scar." She thumbs a blue scaled scar on her jaw, right under her ear. Nice. Getting your butt kicked. Look at that one. That's crazy. Anemone looks out from under the dugout awning and scowls. "Stupid raining season. Stupid planet," she grumbles. "I just want to go play." Too soon to give another gift. Okay. Okay, we want to try to get animals from the defense training. Alright. You run into Cal and Anemone on the hill behind the garrison at a small construction site. They seem to be throwing logs. There are a bunch of them lying at the bottom of the hill. "It's a caber toss!" Anemone shouts to you, then grunts with the effort of lifting a 6-meter-long mush tree pole. She throws it like a javelin down the hill and sprints after it. "My best record!" she shouts and ties a piece of caution tape to the end of the pole. "Your turn next," Cal says, pointing to a neatly stacked pile of construction poles beside you. From the looks of the nearby construction, they're probably destined to be a new lookout tower someday. We're going for the challenge. Choose a thicker, heavier one. How am I on strength? I mean, my toughness is decent. Challenge mode! Wee wee! Cal makes a noise like a siren. She shouts down to Anemone. "Solana's gonna throw a big un, so you better get out of the landing zone!" The pole isn't actually that heavy, but its length makes it hard to balance. You struggle to get underneath it with your knees bent. This is gonna be tough. Alright. Are we gonna have to do 47 again? Yeah. Oh man, I really want to get the one that gives you bonuses for the gems. Can we boost this up? We can do that, but I feel like that doesn't give us that much. Also, it does +1 to the card. So, I don't necessarily want it to do that. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with this and just hope for better cards in the next rounds. But obviously the next rounds are gonna give me more points anyway, just because I have more cards to work with. That's not gonna do very well. Yeah, that doesn't make a difference. I could try to mush tree log the sports ball, which I think that might be the way to go here. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll have, what, 23 in the next round? Ooh. That's... I don't know if I can do that. If I get like a 4 on that. Actually, this one might be better. 20, okay. It's a shame to use my gem card, but I don't actually have the card that gives bonuses to gems, so I have no guarantee that I'll get it. This one is always good. Oh my gosh, we have so many 4s. Unfortunately, I can't combo with that 2 if I want this to be in the last spot. Oh, oops, wrong thing. Well, that actually doesn't make a difference because it's still going to be a 4 anyway. Well, I could mush tree my way up to a 19. 4, 4, 4. I mean, this one's not comboing with anything, so. And I get the 5 kudos of total equals goal. Okay, I think that's probably as good as we can get. The pole sails down the hill past all the other poles, coming to rest sticking out of the ground. Wow, you beat my best distance, Anemone says when she jogs back up. Players can't beat each other in mushwood toss, Cal corrects her. They can only beat their own high scores. But you get 2, no, 3 bonus points if it sticks out of the ground like that. You play for the rest of the afternoon, adding rules and variations as you go. You don't stop until the entire stack of poles are in a jumble at the bottom of the hill, and decorated festively with caution tape. It's a wonder you got away with this. Nice. Alright. I'm gonna need to rest. I don't have time to waste. I don't have time to waste explaining simple concepts to mental degenerates. Ting snips. If you're here to ask me a question, please make it quick. Dang. Oh, right, I can probably go talk to Dad. Because he was the one that wanted the animals. Your dad doesn't have time to chat, but he waves hello. Well, we can help him with the animals. Is this the same card that we have for... Plus 2 gems? I don't think so. Yeah, we have harvesting mushwood, which, is a lower value. This is a 4. Your dad is working with the float cows. One of them is sick and isn't producing enough urine as ballast, and it keeps wanting to float away. Your dad is building a spike so that he can tie her down until she feels better. You hold on to the leash, feeling like a little kid with a balloon. A big, woolly, gassy balloon. It looks down at you with placid, unblinking eyes. You can see yourself refracted in them. Weird. Neat. That was cute. Alright, well, I guess we're going to go... Let's try our other rest spot. After the first attack on the colony, they added lookout towers to the walls. Now you have a place to hang out if you don't feel like working. And because it's all the way up here, no adults are going to come ask you to run any errands for them. On rainy days, you take shelter under the pavilions and listen to the pitter-patter of warm raindrops on the grass roof. You can do whatever you want. Ah, this is the life. I think they're all good options, honestly. I feel like right now I'm here to slack off. Don't like the way they're calling it an attack. I mean... It was, really. Sort of. I thought these were mindless megafauna who broke in. Yeah, but they don't have to have... Like, I don't remember how much damage they actually caused. They didn't actually, like, seriously hurt anyone, I don't think. But they still, like, invaded our colony. Which I guess you could say doesn't really count as an attack, because, you know, they were just kind of running around the place. This does seem like a nice place to study, though. It looks very peaceful. They're all good options. I don't know. Slack off. It's the perfect place to catch up on holovids you've been meaning to watch, and to chat with your friends on the colony's social media. Oh, hey, Solana. This pops his head up a nearby ladder and looks surprised to see someone else here. Do you mind if I sit here too? That's awful. Yeah, come join me. The two of you dangle your feet up the side and watch the valley below. This shuffles a little uncomfortably and doesn't say much. You wonder if this was his private spot to be alone before you discovered it. Well, these are all good cards. I don't want to get rid of any of them. There's a commotion in the square. An expeditions vehicle is driven through the gates and is idling in the middle of the square. An unusual sight. He will come down from command to investigate. Is it just me, or have we, like, built a whole lot of stuff since earlier? Utopia gets out of the vehicle and trudges over to Udicott. After a brief conversation, you see Udicott gesture for people to unload the vehicle and clear the area. You stay out of the way to see what they're unloading. I think this is our first time seeing Utopia. She looks really cool. Look at her. The body. Chief Surveyor Tonan's body. Well. Someone quickly covers him with a sheet, but not before the image of his torn open body is seared into your memory. However he died, it was violent and bloody. You feel your stomach cramp with nausea. Another Puritan name, yeah. What happened? This asks you, coming over to crouch around the corner with you. You share that Uncle Tonan is dead, and he stares at the sheet-covered body intensely, as if he could see through it. Did they say how? I mean, my parents were trying to hide stuff, but they did come clean when I asked about it. Or specifically about that they knew if stuff was out there. Twice the conspiracy. We're expected to believe our two casualties are Tammy and Tonan by complete coincidence. Yeah, it is a little bit strange. But on the other hand, like, he was in, like, the expeditions, which is kind of the most dangerous place to be. And he was, I think, the leader of the expeditions, so I don't know. It is definitely a little bit of a pattern, though. I feel like they won't tell us the details about something like this. Nobody will tell the kids what really happened. Did something eat him? Did he get lost or fall off a cliff? Do they even know? Dis nods, frowning. They don't want us to know about the monsters and the other worse stuff. They want us to think everything is fine, but it's not. The planet isn't as nice as they say it is. He shakes his head. They hate that they can't control us. This kid is just already, like, such a little rebel. You and Dis watch the adult carry Uncle Tonan's body away. From the way he's practically vibrating, you can tell Dis wants to ask more questions about what happened. After a few awkward minutes, he sneaks away without saying anything. Probably to try to go take a look at the body. At least Tammy isn't around to see this, you think. At least they're together now, wherever people go when they die. You watch Utopia bend over to get a hug from Udicott, wiping her eyes as she finally cries. Udicott has never been the most comforting presence in your life, but it seems to help. Utopia will probably be the next chief surveyor. At 24, she'll be the youngest council member. She was only a toddler when the stratosphere left Earth. Apparently, her sharp eye and hoverbike flying skills are the best in expeditions. Alright, let's learn a little bit about her. Wait, where is she? Is she not added yet? Our second glow season. And Ebony flashes her headlamp at you as you approach. Did you ever learn Morse code? She says, giggling. Tom says if I spell out a bad word, my headlamp is gonna break clean off. That's silly. Your mom gives you a stern look. Be careful, she warns you. Now that we know for a fact it isn't safe out there during glow, we won't have you venturing too close to the walls. Stay where I can see you, close to the ship. Aha, more crystals. You find Dis illuminated only by the glow of his hollow screen. It's easier to read when it's dark, he explains. There's less glare. This is the best season. Alright, they're the only ones out and about. Alright, well, what are we doing this glow season? Ooh, register for engineering classes. I guess let's do that. Using Congruence's HoloNet scheduling system is almost a test on its own. You feel like a hacker navigating the confusing interface, but manage to add your name to the list of drop-in students. You're now eligible to join Tangent and some of the older students in engineering classes. Alright, what does that give me? I guess it gives me engineering. Engineering and reasoning. Okay. Interesting. Actually, do we want to grab that 100 cost one? I feel like we don't use the yellow cards that often. I don't know if this is really worth it for us. It's just straights, pairs, and flushes. I guess let's try out our new engineering class. Let's see how it goes. Professor Hal rubs his hands together as he waits for the class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, engineering must be a dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird. We'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises her hand. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering? She asks. Professor Hal nods. Yes, at the beginner level. We'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine rooms to learn how our ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Alright. Let's see. Well, we do have a lot of these blue ones. Too bad we don't have a 1. Well, if we want the 5 kudos, we're gonna need to do worse than this. Haha. It's been a quiet glow, but the grim, surreal darkness of the season reminds you of last year's violence. As the month wears on, you overhear arguments at dinner, adults worrying that an attack is still coming, and others who think the first one was a fluke. Surveyors mention seeing new tracks in the forest, but are shushed so people don't panic. The gates are closed. You drill emergency procedures, filing soundlessly from the classroom to the creche to hide under tables, waiting for the sirens to call the all clear. You drill and prepare and worry, but nothing happens. Then, just as the glow is starting to wane, the toxic purple spill of the wormhole fading as the suns almost rise past the horizon again, the sirens start. You're reading a hollow novel in bed when you hear them, followed by the stomp of boots down the hallway outside your quarters. An alert flashes on your hollow palm. Shelter in the creche. This is not a drill. You get another message from your dad. Me and Mom are gonna stay in the greenhouses. We're safe. Just follow Auntie Anne to the creche and wait for us, okay? Don't worry, we're way more prepared than we were last year. Love you. Stay safe. You could go to the creche where you belong. Or you could follow the security guards and see what's happening at the gates. Ooh. Otis is still fight, fight, fight. It's very tempting. I feel like so far throughout the playthrough, I've been pretty, what's it? Pretty bold. I've been going for it. Taking the challenges, taking the risks, and it's worked out for me so far. Feisty, yeah, exactly. We're feisty. Oh man, I'm like stretching now. I feel like I've been sitting in one place for a long time. Oh. Alright, let's get a drink too while we're at it. Alright. Am I gonna regret it this time? I might. I think I might have to keep doing it until it bites me in the butt. You sneak out of the living quarters and head towards the gate. You're immediately spotted by Security Chief Rhett, who stops what he's doing to yell at you and gesture angrily. What the hell are you doing out here? This is no place for kids. Get your ass back inside. Okay, I'm not heading back, but do I stay hidden? So my perception would make me very good at staying hidden. Try to help. I feel like I want to try to help. What is this thing I have right now? What is this? You're still pumped from the last attack. Plus 1 to all physical skill increases. Interesting. Ooh. I feel like if I was directly yelled at to leave, I'm gonna try to... Doing the thing that has a challenge or requirement tends to be the thing that gives better results. Yeah, that's what I kind of figured. The difficult decision. Oh, I gained the status heroic for doing that. I guess that makes sense. I mean, it's what we did last time, and it worked. So, we can probably keep going. I might regret this. 33. We've done worse than 33. We can do this. Okay, middle card becomes 2. Well, we can use that on... We can use that on playing sports ball, but like all of our other cards are at least 2, so... We could do it on this one too, and then have 3 2s in a row, like this. This will get, will remove our color bonus. Although, did it? Huh? Yeah, okay. I think I'll go with that. Oh my gosh, I have 2 5s. I am tempted to use the sports ball. Well, that'll do it. My goodness, these cards are nuts. Unfortunately, I can't make a row of 4s, because... that'll drop down to a 2 if I try to use it. I mean, it's not... Well, it doesn't look like I can get higher than 24 anyway. That's probably... well, it's good enough, for sure. Oh, wait, we got to the... I totally forgot to finish up the exploring. We had, like, another event and another collectible that we didn't get. Oops. What is this? -5 kudos. You stick around the outside of the skirmish at the gates, throwing rocks and yelling at any creature that gets too close. You're not sure if you make a difference, but the good news is, at least you're not injured. When the dust clears, Rhett spots you hiding in the shadows and personally escorts you back to your quarters, where your mom and dad penalize you for disobeying them. Makes sense. I mean, hey, with my perception stat, I should have been able to be completely invisible. Getting a set 2 in the middle and then getting a long combo in your hand is a unique kind of frustration. Yeah, that is very annoying. When things have calmed down, you overhear your parents talking. I'm not going to be the first to congratulate Rhett, but all of his defensive improvements were exactly what we needed, your mom grumbles. He's going to be insufferable at the next council meeting. Your dad pats her hand. Credit where credit's due, Flubel, he says, and she smiles despite herself. It could have been worse. Your mom nods, and they both sit in silence before your dad speaks again. Poor Hal, he sighs. What a way to go. Professor Hal? Your parents startle. Hey, Pumpkinhead, your dad says. Yeah, they're going to announce it in a few hours, after everyone's had a chance to calm down. He didn't make it. What happened? Don't worry about that, your mom replies, shooting your dad a look to keep him from talking. It's adult stuff, okay? You guys won't be able to go into the engineering wing for a little bit. Not until it's decontaminated. Decontaminated? Also, it's a good thing we managed to get in that one engineering class, I guess. You curl up quietly to think. Professor Hal can't just die. He can't just be gone. He's your teacher. And the engineering wing is where you take classes. You can't imagine something bad happening in such a safe space. You fall asleep thinking for sure there's been some mistake. I don't think his death is part of the conspiracy. I think this one specifically is unrelated. You know what? I was actually kind of thinking the opposite. That... So, okay, last time someone seemingly opened the gates to let in whatever creatures. This time, it might have been like a Oh no, like, this seems more similar to the incident with Tammy, where, like, some technology failed catastrophically in a way that should not have happened. This seems like that, like, something got out. I'm not 100% sure that's how I read the situation with the gate. It could be. Like, it could have been that the creatures just, like, broke through it or something, but from what I remember, the gate was open. I mean, they could have just busted through. The image looked like a gate was blown off its hinges, although that could just be limited art pictures. Yeah, that's possible. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Unclear. I feel like all of the incidents could have been just stuff that happened, or could have been some kind of sabotage. It's really hard to tell at this point. I don't know. I feel like from what we know so far, it could kind of go either way. Well, here we go. So what is... Oops. Plus 47 perception is kind of crazy. We got a little bit of friendship up with everybody. Got some cool cards. Alright, I guess we're starting age 12. I do agree that the death of a non-combatant in the middle of a classroom is pretty sketch. And ties into why the heck was an electronic in the crash damaged enough to kill. Yeah. Mars friendship improved, and that is anything at all now. Yeah, I don't know about that. If we're tying Hal into the conspiracy, he was the person who allegedly checked the holo projector last. Yeah, I don't know. Like, is it possible that a creature just, like, made it into the classroom? Because they did, like, make it into the gardening dome last time, but that seems a little bit more open to the elements than, like, inside a classroom. So... definitely something weird happened with him. I'm thinking this is probably a good spot to end the episode. We're starting a new year. The mysteries, they deepen. Decontamination suggests a biohazard, yeah. Some of those things could spit acid, maybe. Or radiation. We do know there was a nuclear thing. Yeah, yeah. Like, decontamination to me feels like it's something more than just a monster attack. Like, I don't know. So what a way to go. Yeah, they never really followed up on that, huh? Like, I'm not sure if we're gonna get a continuation of that conversation, because I feel like the way this game kind of jumps between the months, sometimes we don't get follow-up on stuff. It's really fun knowing what's going on and seeing you two theorize. I shall not tell. Yes, I imagine that's very exciting for you to to watch us try to put things together. I feel like really at this point we don't have enough information to make any kind of concrete theories. I think I'm just gonna let the game show me what's going on. But yeah, like a mystery. I think clearly something is happening, otherwise the game wouldn't be, like, making a mystery of it. I don't think it's going to turn out that it's just, you know, that's how it be around here. It's just, you know, a dangerous planet with dangerous animals running around. But I don't know, it could be. They could just be trying to fool us. Also, I'm watching these, like, sparks fall, and they're so pretty. When they, like, hit the ground and then, like, burst into little sparkles. It's so nice. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to end the stream here. That was fun. I still don't really know what I'm gonna do with my life here. My stats are definitely a little bit unbalanced right now. It's kind of funny. Okay, you know what? I am going to make a quick run into here to see what the heck is going on. Well, we can study, apparently. I guess there's gonna be a different teacher. Maybe, like, the AI is gonna just teach us or something? I don't know. Or maybe some other person is gonna step in to teach. Anyway, shit's getting weird. Alright. Congruence, my friend Congruence. Yeah, the names are definitely something to think about. I think Luke's theory that we're Puritans is pretty funny. Alright. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Goddamn space Puritans. Like, we did get, like... I was wondering, you know, when you said about Puritans, like, what their religion was. And Solana did mention about something about, like, wherever people go when they die. Which it seems like if they do follow some kind of religion, it's not one that's, like, too hung up on afterlife stuff. Because otherwise, you know, I think Solana would have stronger feelings about that. So maybe they're not exactly Puritans. They celebrate Valentine's, that's true. There's clearly a continuation of Christianity that is present in the space future. Well, to some extent. I feel like in this future it's entirely possible that, well, I was gonna say it's entirely possible that Val-en-tine's has been, like, entirely divorced from religion, but also, like, they're not really... Yeah, they're definitely... They're not even really, like, celebrating Valentine's, quote-unquote. Like, Mars brought it up as, like, this is a thing that I've, like, vaguely heard about. And she's just kind of making it up, to be honest. It may not have survived as an extant religion, but the cultural hegemony appears to live on. It's true. Alright, well, I'll see you guys later. Sunday should be, hopefully, a speed paint for real this time. I know we've missed the last few, but there is some risk of this one also getting canceled, but I will try my best to make it happen. And then next week, I don't think there should be any interruptions. So we'll be back with this game on Tuesday. A counter, she specifically called it Saint Valentine's Day, which isn't even what we call it now. Exactly. I think the point is just that she's piecing it together from, like, half-heard rumors, like telephone game bits and pieces that got passed down through the generations. Like, it's not really a thing that people celebrate anymore. She's just, like, hearing about it and is like, hey, there's this cool thing that seems to have existed. Let's try to do it. She does love old Earth culture like capitalism. It's true. She is trying to bring capitalism to our colony, which is kind of funny. Alright. Anyway, I'll see you guys on Tuesday or Sunday or whenever the heck. See you later. Thanks for coming. I hope you guys are having fun as much as I am. The methods of Earth culture. Capitalism. Of course. Alright. Good night, everyone. Bye.